Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And yeah, man, what you're about to see here is another example of Esau's false science. All right, scriptures talk about science falsely called so. This whole, narrative of genetics and what can we, insert into people and into their genes, which will change their genetics, and all of this experimentation, which was never meant for men to, even delve in or to deal with. All right, but we know Esau has used it, as a reasoning why. They do what they do against Jake, all right? And here you're going to see him talk about it, all these different theories and reasonings, behind it. At the end of the day, the scriptures say what? Psalms 140 and 1. It says, Psalm of David, deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man, preserve me from the violent man. All right? And these are the chief violent men of the earth.
There's this whole debate about the MAOA gene, which is like this gene that black Africans have, it's like a proclivity to violence that they have.
MAOA gene.
Yeah. I recommend people Google it and do their own research. It's like a big debate about whether or not, but basically.
Yeah, a gene. And the question that you ask, what you think about it is, for them to identify a specific gene in so-called black people, how many people did they, sample DNA from, or how many people did it take for them to come up with this? You know what I'm saying? Is it a regional thing? Is it a worldwide thing? And Esau, man, is doing high-level wickedness behind the scenes, man. That's how they get a lot of this scientific information. All right, that's how they obtain a lot of these, corpses and stuff from Jake, dying off. They'll come up missing and be used for scientific experimentation, man, which is completely wicked, man. And hey, that's this shit basically has never been done before, man. Esau is one of the first people to do experiments, using dead bodies and just completely dishonorable shit. All right, and then have the boldness to talk about that we have a proclivity for violence because, well, you're gonna hear the rest of it.
Like what it is it's, if you think about kind of white European, Asian ancestors, as we kind of moved out of Africa, like aggression and violence was kind of less necessary because we were like farmers and stuff.
But God, is that really true?
Yeah, no, Joe Rogan, that's not true. That's complete bullshit. All right, and guess what? Esau, Edom, they didn't start off in Africa. All right, against contrary belief, the world, everything did not start off in Africa. Everything started over in the Middle East. All right, from the time of from the beginning, and then the time of Noah and his sons. All right, and no Edomites do not come from the line of Ham. Esau, Edom comes from the line of Shem. So they are Shemitic along with us. All right, this is Psalm 142, which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war. And when you look at Esau, Edom's army worldwide, just the recruitment process, the corporate process, the amount of money that they put into, the military machine that they have. All right, the amount of R&D, research and development, and all of the weaponry and experimentation, that they're using. It's never been done before. Never been done before in the history of this planet. All right, even with the so-called Negroes, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we know we've been put in these hellish conditions and our people, are out of their mind, basically. All right, but they have never took it to the level that Esau, Edom has taken to. All right, this is because the scriptures actually talk about Europe. Talking about they were just farmers in Europe. Now, you weren't just farmers in Europe. The reason why you call yourself Caucasian is because after the Roman Empire, they went into that region. All right, the Caucasus Mountains, all right, around the Black Sea, all right, aka the Khazar Empire. All right. No, they weren't just farmers in Europe. We were in Europe, okay. Then we were in different parts of Africa as well, and then Esau, Edom was there, and then eventually, we know that they were given power to take over, which is mentioned in the scriptures. This is Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from the heaven having a key to the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. All right, now you got the key to that bottomless pit. The bottomless pit is Europe, and that great chain that represents slavery. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, right, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And that's talking about the 1,000 years after the Roman Empire, after the pagan Roman Empire. Let me say it like that, because you had the Holy Roman Empire, aka the Eastern Roman Empire, aka the Byzantine Empire. All right, and that's for about 1,000 years, about circa 400 AD to 1400 AD. All right, around that time, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. All right, and that's exactly what happened. Esau Edom came out during the time of the Renaissance. All right, they were given that power to deceive the nations again. They started to change the images of the Lord, the images of the saints, okay, the images of his people. They started to change the language. All right, that's around the time where the letter J came about, and all of those Germanic characters started to be introduced into language as well. All right, and then of course, the science and the history and everything was changed and altered as well. All right, that was all a part of the farce. And then they were given power over the earth. That's when, Esau Edom began. Was it in 1492? Columbus sailed the ocean blue. All right, of course, they began to go out, and seek all over the earth, man, because Europe wasn't. It's one of the reasons it's called the bottomless pit. Is you really can't grow a lot of stuff. All right, that's why. Even with the Irish, they came here because of a potato famine, because you really can't grow a lot of stuff, in that land, that rocky land, somewhere rich like the Fertile Crescent, you can grow a lot of stuff, Egypt, that region. All right, but Europe, you really can't grow a lot of plants. They get a lot of imports. All right, and this is just to back that scripture up. 2nd Esdras 5 and 24 is the precept. And of all lands of the whole world thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily. Right, so all the lands of the whole world thou hast chosen one pit. It's talking about Jerusalem. All right, but it refers to a land as a pit. All right, so there you go. And we know, once again, man, just more falsehoods spit by Esau. All right, and then they'll do this, and then they'll sit here and they'll shoot you in the back. All right, they'll shoot you, when you got your hands up and talking about, we're violent. Yeah, people have resorted to violence because they've been put in these conditions, man. They've been put in these concrete jungles, man, these prisons that you see worldwide. All right, then you go out, to the countryside, and you got all these resources and shit, and all these places where Jake once was, but they were driven out of that country into these different cities. All right, and this was all done by design. All right, Hey, so Lord willing is edifying. Just a quick hit. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Kakadash. So one.